Hey, I made it. You made it. Awesome. Awesome. I'm the Story Sentence Coach, and despite adversity, despite setback after setback this morning, I made it here just to be here with you guys. And so if you're new to the channel, I mean, I'm like in around video 30. So if you're new to the channel, I'm the Story Sentence Coach. Brilliant sky above me, behind me. This is beautiful. I'm thankful. Thankful, I'm grateful. Grateful I made it here. Wow, this is awesome. Oh my God. I feel like I'm in one of those church murals. This is awesome. Okay, so yeah, setback after setback this morning, but you know, on days like this, you just power through. And why? Because there's a pattern. There's a pattern. There's a pattern to writing stories. It's the same pattern that you experience, for sure. Because if you can't articulate an experience, who really knows if you really experienced anything at all without being able to articulate it? Oh, beautiful blue sky. It was very cloudy, very dreary this morning, and then everything's opened up. And so, hey, that's how stories go too. I was combing the internet, people talking about not being able to find their voice, not being able to find their characters, not being able to find their story, getting lost in the middle. I'm here on my rollerblades. I was watching some of these videos recently. I made a bunch of them, and I noticed the sound is not as good as it could be. And then I'm rollerblading. It's obvious, but it's not obvious. It's obvious something's going on. No, just to explain myself. Beautiful clouds today. My other vlog is gonna be called Sky Notes. Sky Notes. I'm an artist as well. And then the story pattern. The story pattern applies to art too. So yeah. It applies to pictures. That a picture can show opportunity, and it can show evaluation, and it can show attestment. And this is all in, you know, just the subtlest ways. And it's like, oh yeah, this huge thundercloud with all these mists and clouds going in and out and everything. It's like the attestment of not only nature, but it's a testament of the person seeking out these things to take pictures and make pictures of them. And so, why do you get stuck in story? Why can't you find your voice? The answer is really simple. It all stems from the same problem. So the problem is that morning. The problem is that years and years ago, writers decided that they're just going to use workarounds, and they would use rough drafts, and they got disappointed with the story structures they had. Well, the main one being that this happened when, you know, in the 18th century, when people started writing non-religious stories. And so what are you doing? How are you gonna make a non-religious story? Some story, either if it's for entertainment, even non-fiction books, how do you write them if it's not about religion? So the answer is, it's sort of based in Socrates, what do I know? I know nothing. And so you would write a rough draft. That's what it is. And people give all these different explanations for it. But ultimately, the biggest explanation for why do you write rough drafts is because you are rejecting any sort of story pattern. However, there is a story pattern. I discovered it. And the way I discovered it was I was trying to apply Dwight Swain. And I was kind of embarrassed at one time to even bring up Dwight Swain because it went like this. Everybody says Dwight Swain has the best book. Hold on a second. Good morning. Dwight Swain has the best book on how to write scenes and sequels. Have you ever heard of sequels? That's why it gets embarrassing here. Okay, so but now it's not embarrassing anymore because Dwight Swain, gosh, he's the forerunner of the story sentence, right? He's the one who wrote a whole book, and he spent a lot of time. I think it's in his other book too. I haven't read the whole thing. I've got his other book somewhere, and I read Techniques of the Selling Writer twice. I got all these notes. One day I'll share them with you. Just show you this big stack of notes. Maybe shows some parts of it to prove that it's notes from Dwight Swain. And so he's the first one who promoted, hey, there's a pattern. There you go. And you can, you can say whatever the year he first published that book, there, he established it. There's a pattern. He might have been talking about it long before. And gosh, you gotta share your pattern. Holy cow, look at those clouds. The thumbnails from this video must be awesome. Okay, so yeah, so Dwight Swain, he's the first to spread awareness that there's this story pattern. You can't get out of it. All right, so you get stuck in the middle of your story. You write chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. What is this? This is about the extent of your invention. And as you get, hey, I got cut off. Yeah, I had to delete. Oh, there's a plane going by. I had to delete a bunch of videos that were, they're all saved duplicate. I gotta start uploading. There's a danger that this channel will never go up because I haven't done anything yet. I have to upload. All right, so I deleted a bunch of data and no, it's fine. Everything's backed up so far. So where were we? Okay, so you get stuck and it's a skill thing in a sense, because as you get to be a better writer, you'll invent more and more things. However, the best way to invent these different story patterns is to follow the main story pattern. Follow the story pattern, the story sentence. You can't go wrong with this. It actually gives you more motivation, more speed, more authority, more creativity, and you're exposed to it all day long. You don't even have to follow this. You just, once you learn, once you watch enough videos on this channel, right? And so you learn about opportunity, motivation, and attestment. And this is the pattern that the full story goes, right? When there's a change, right? When there's a problem and someone goes towards it and there's a change, that's because they went through the opportunity, evaluation, and attestment. And sometimes they don't always go in that order. And that has to do with artistic license. You can find that out on another day. I think I did a whole video on artistic license. So I used artistic license myself in making the video. And so what happens is when you're trying to fill up those pages, because, you know, it's sad. These are the things, I mean, they're still useful, like your daily page count or word count, you know, how much new writing you make. And then like the total word count of your story. These are useful things, but man, if you have the story pattern, you just get an idea, right? An idea for a story, and then you put it into a pattern that is large enough to cover. This is great. The blue skies. Morning. You put it in a story pattern that's large enough to cover this story, right? Doesn't matter if other people think this is a novel length idea. It's have you put it into a pattern that will generate a novel out of this idea. Isn't that awesome? And so that's the problem. Voice is interesting. Yeah, you generate. So when I'm talking about invention, so you're inventing a voice, and either you can invent a voice by telling yourself, oh no, I'm ignorant, I don't know what a voice is, and to follow through on that, you need to research voice. However, if you know the story pattern, basically, you know, there's these questions. So what's the opportunity question? The opportunity question, I'm like testing you. I'm testing the people who watch me all the time. The opportunity question is, why do you do what you do? I loved how the sun just, the sun sparkled off my face when I said that. Oh my God. The shorts that could come just from this video today. Okay. So why do you do what you do? This is a question, you know, if you're writing for yourself or you're taking on the persona of a character who's telling a story in the first person. This is the question that comes up. I gotta try this because I don't plan these videos, you know, other than like I'll read the title for someone posting about writing. Oh man, I'm stuck in the middle of my story. Okay, and then I'll just do the video because there's a pattern to the videos. I'm spreading awareness that there's a story pattern. That's what these videos are about. And the bonus is that I got to give you that story pattern, right? I got to give you the main parts of that story pattern. There's more to it, you know that. But but you know, the power of just sitting down and saying, okay, what's this character's opportunity? Oh, the power of that. Throw in 5 characters. What are all these 5 different characters' opportunities in this idea? Do you even have a plot idea? Well, maybe you could take a plot idea from the character. How many TV shows and movies have you watched where one character will say, hey, man, you gotta help me out, I got a problem, right? And there's an ensemble of characters who are all affected by this problem. And, you know, it's a very common structure for a story for people who are they're not so good at coming up with ideas. And the reason why, it keeps going back to the same problem, the same solution. Problem is, you're saying that there isn't a story pattern, when in fact there is a story pattern. Yeah. Well, 5-second instructional pause. You know, I've achieved my goal there, and I think I've achieved the goal of this video, coming up on, I don't know, 18, 20 minutes. Yeah, I only got like 10 minutes left. Maybe I can do another video. I gotta check my notes. What's the next one? I can't even remember. It's a short list too. Oh, the question is, why do you do what you do? Well, I do this to spread awareness. So there you go. Awareness of the story pattern. I'm the story sentence coach. This is a new channel. Please like, subscribe, share, check it out. The tree got in the way of my cloud. You do know that I'm talking about taking pictures of myself in front of these clouds. Yeah, it doesn't work. That one didn't work. Oh yeah, but the blue sky today, awesome. All right, so stop being stuck, follow the story sentence pattern. The other questions are, how does this affect the main character personally? And the other one is, what bothers them the most and needs to change? Hey, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.